Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports and the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Jet Manuel. Watch the game live in our past episodes on demand on the Pilipinas Live app. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. In an historic turn of events, the UST Growling Tigresses handed over a huge upset to the NU Lady Bulldogs in Game 1 of the UAAP Season 86 Women's Basketball Finals. Let's break down what happened in Game 1 in the UAAP analyst, Mel Newsome. Mel, thank you for joining us. Of course, always a pleasure to have you on this. Were you able to watch the game?
I was.
Okay, then that's exactly what we're going to talk about
Yes,
right now.
Super exciting.
You know, just your initial takes. Overall, that game, what happened in that game? How did you see how UST was able to grab that victory?
Well, I could definitely say we're seeing one of the most exciting finals we've seen in years in women's basketball. UST is giving NU a run for their money, and like I said, it's been a while since a team has been able to do that. So it's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And you brought up some numbers.
Yes.
We want to get into the numbers. This game, as close as it was, I mean, did you consider, and looking at this, did you consider USC as underdogs going up against NU?
I personally didn't consider them as underdogs because if you've watched the UAAP women's basketball for the previous seasons, each time these teams match up, it's been really head-to-head, and they've been really it's a close match every time. So, and you see it here in these numbers. Starting with UST shot 40% from the field, and they did. That's where they excelled at in this game because they shot above their average in the season. And NU, they shot below their average. However, both teams did manage to put up 70 attempts, which is really great for them. It shows they were able to operate their offenses, but NU, however, just fell short of the efficiency.
I mean, yeah, you see the numbers here, 40%. That's actually a great percentage for UAP women's basketball. You know that for sure. The rebounds, though, you've wanted to focus that NU still out-rebounded UST in this, and they got more assists. But in this story, how did UST still come up with that victory, even if we see the rebounds and assists a little bit lacking?
Well, starting with the rebounds, like you said, NU did out-rebound them. And one thing I wanted to note was NU got 22 offensive rebounds. So USC definitely needs to box out in this next coming game because we all know NU, they're going to come back strong. But how I think USC managed to fight back is they had that extra motivation and urge because, like I said, they've been this close against this team every time, and they managed to execute better than NU.
I mean, after this, going deeper into the numbers, you wanted to point out a little bit of maybe non-scoring numbers. You wanted to point out steals, turnovers, and fast break points. These, I think, tell a different story now that we're looking at it a little bit more closer. What do you see here?
Yes, so in the first batch of stats we saw, it was really neck and neck, but I think these are the stats that set the game apart and why UST was able to pull away with this win. One of the big ones was 16 steals, excuse me, and that's really big against NU because they're one of the top teams that take care of the ball the best in the league. So to get 16 steals against them, UST was doing all the right things. And also, they forced NU to 23 turnovers. And one big thing there was UST was able to convert 27 points off of those turnovers. So that was a big contributor in their dub in Game 1.
Yeah, I think, again, the numbers that you wanted to point out, I think, explains the game perfectly. But, going a little bit now deeper into how this all happened, you wanted to point out a couple of players from UST side. And I think, going stops and runs in that second half, a few key players were very, very evident here. And you see Tantoy Ferrer and Bridget Santos. What did they do that fueled that run in that second half?
Well, with Ferrer, I've said it since the beginning of the season. I think she's one of the most underrated Filipina ballers, and she's proving, all what she's advertised or not advertised as. As you see here, she had a big double-double, and this is all coming off of an ACL injury. And I think that just adds to her story and her motivation this season. And then we see Bridget Santos, 12.6 rebounds, 7 steals. One thing with Bridget, she did have 5 turnovers, so if she could just make better decisions on the court, I think they're both gonna be big in game 2. And it's gonna make it more difficult for NU because not only do they have to figure out how to guard Kent Pastrana, but they just add to the scouting list for them.
I mean, you just mentioned Pastrana, how big she was. I mean, you wanted to also show that, her and the way she impacted the game offensively, definitely, it's a big leap for UST. But moving over to the other side a little bit quickly, you pointed out, you mentioned a little bit how they're supposed to respond in game 2. And Camille Clarin, I think, is the person, no, excuse me, before that, Kaya Biab, what happened to her? What did you see or not see from her?
Yes, well, Kaya Biab, she's always come off the bench, and she's one of the players you look at how she finishes the game. Even though she's not a starter, she comes in, gives them quality minutes. So I'm expecting her in game 2 to produce more. I think NU, they only had 2 players in double digits, and I definitely think they missed her production there, and that's why that's part of the reason why they fell short.
Yeah, and we need to see her. We need to see more of her. NU's going to expect a lot more from her. But the players, I think the matchup that you wanted to point out, I think they're going to go off in game 2. It's Camille Clarin again against Pastrana of UST. How do you see them, matching up in game 2 after seeing them in game 1?
It's so exciting to watch these two go head-to-head. They're both the leading scorers for their teams. They've carried their teams throughout the season, not only offensively and defensively. So that's why seeing them match up against each other, they both have that hustle and grit on the defensive end. They're two-way players. So it's definitely going to be interesting in this game too, and I'm excited to watch them.
I mean, yeah, you diving in, Camille Clarin, a seasoned vet against an explosive guard, Pastrana. Do you think that, who's going to be the bigger key for you for their respective squads?
For me, both, of course, but Camille, even though she had a great finals game 1, I think if she could shoot the ball more efficiently, she had 11 three-pointers, but she only made 4. So that shows that UST is leaving her open. If she can knock those down, I think it's going to be a very different dynamic in game 2.
Okay, very quickly. Who do you think's going to win?
I think game 2, honestly, NU's going to take it, and we're going to go to a game 3. Okay. So it's going to be an exciting.
Okay, I'm going to hold you on that one. And we're going to have you back on the show and see if NU can come out with that victory. And then, of course, another exciting game 3.
Yes.
So again, Mel, always an honor, a pleasure to have you on the show. Let's see each other again discussing this women's basketball. And after the break, we'll find out about the exciting things in store for the upcoming Republika ng NBA month that kicks off tomorrow. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. And welcome back to the game. Great news for Pinoy hoop fans as the first ever Republika ng NBA month is set to kick off tomorrow, December 1. And joining us to tell us all about it is NBA Asia Managing Director Ramez Sheikh. So Ramez, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hi, Jet. Good evening. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, jumping right to it, this program that you have, the Republika ng NBA month, what is it and what's the inspiration behind this campaign?
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us to reward our fans. We have such incredible and passionate fans of basketball and the NBA here in the Philippines. And this is an opportunity for us to kind of give back to our fans and a chance for fans and families to come together in the month of December and really celebrate basketball and the NBA. And so we've got a bunch of stuff that we're excited to announce and to share with our entire basketball and NBA community.
Okay, you mentioned it, giving back to the fans, Ramez, and how you're going to be able to do that this December. Can you give us a little bit more specifics on what us fans, including myself, can expect during this kickoff of your campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to do so, Jet. Well, first of all, we're excited to bring NBA 3X Philippines Invitational. So we're going to host a tournament where we're bringing together both male and female teams from the Philippines as well as from across the Asia-Pacific region and hosting a 3-on-3 tournament next weekend on December 9th and 10th. So we're excited about that. And as part of that, we're bringing in an NBA legend and champion, Richard "Rip" Hamilton, who will be coming back to the Philippines to participate as part of that tournament. So we're really excited about that. Then the second thing I'm personally excited about is the in-season tournament. And Signal will be hosting our very first in-season tournament championship viewing party. And that'll be on Sunday, December 10th morning. So catch that. We've also worked with one of our partners, Titan, our merchandise and store partner, to produce a very special t-shirt collection for Republika ng NBA month with some very unique and authentic Filipino iconography on t-shirts. And so that will be available through the month. We'll also be launching a series on our TikTok channel called Republika Spotlight, where for the next 31 days, we're going to have a spotlight on personalities who love the game of basketball. And finally, we'll be having an NBA Cares, that's our community outreach program, packaging event at our NBA community court, where we put together packages for high school students in the neighborhood and our chance to give back to the community. So we're really excited about those initiatives in December.
I mean, yeah, hearing about it from you right now, I'm getting excited myself. But, maybe step by step, focusing on the shirt that you're gonna, or the product that you're gonna be releasing out to for all Pinoy hoop fans. Maybe you can dive in a little bit deeper just to create some excitement. What's behind the inspiration, or what can we expect when we see that the merch that you have going on?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jed. I think, for us, we wanted to reward, as I mentioned, our fans, and we wanted to try to bring the NBA closer to the Philippines. And so what we've done together with our partner Titan is really think about what kind of design elements could go into this t-shirt collection and what would speak to our fans and our audiences here in the Philippines. And so we put together some what I think really cool designs as part of this collection that feature unique things that are associated with basketball. And my personal favorite, just to give a little sneak peek, is flip-flops and the idea of playing basketball in authentic footwear, as far as I'm concerned. And how is that represented on our jerseys? And so I think you'll see a collection, and we'll have those available in our stores and online on nbastore.com.ph.
I mean, yeah, definitely exciting. I'm also gonna ask for a sample shirt from you personally, if I can, but maybe we'll talk about that some other time. But you moved into an in-season finals viewing party. Can you give us a little bit more details on how we can join this, or the Pinoy Hoop fans out there, how you can join that party?
Yeah, I think it's open invitation. So if you're in Manila and you have an opportunity on Sunday morning, December 10th, and you want to check out the in-season tournament championship, and by the way, we don't know which two teams are going to make it to the first ever championship game. So there's an element of real surprise and suspense. But please join us at SM Mega Mall Music Hall, and there'll be food and beverages and an opportunity to watch the game live.
Okay, sounds exciting. And before we let you go, I just want to hear it from you. What can you say about the fans and the love of Pinoy Hoop fans and the love they have for the NBA and, of course, for basketball?
Basketball is a religious experience here in the Philippines. I'm not saying anything that no one knows. Our fans here are the most passionate. And I say that having the privilege and the opportunity to look after the Asia and India region. And every time I come to the Philippines, it is just incredible how deep the enthusiasm and passion for the game of basketball and for the NBA is. I'll give you some statistics which just blow me away. The Philippines is the second largest audience internationally for our live game. And we had over 900 million engagements on all of our social platforms, the most of any country outside of the US. A third of the consumption on our official YouTube channel comes from the Philippines worldwide. We had about 1.2 million worth of traffic on both our bricks and mortar stores here in the Philippines and on our e-commerce site. And the stats go on, but it's not about the stats, it's about the heart, it's about the passion, and it's incredible. It's historic, it's poetic.
Thank you, Ramez. On behalf of the Philippines and all the Pinoy Hoop fans out here, we want to thank you for bringing this to us, for us to be able to experience. And we wish you good luck in your campaign. And always, thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, Jet. Much appreciated. A big fan.
And we have more sports stories after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. And welcome back to The Game. We're just a few days from the much-awaited UAAP cheer dance competition, which will happen on December 2 at the SM Mall of Asia Arena. UAAP officials and cheer dance coaches gave us a sneak peek into what we can expect in this year's exciting competition.
One of the things we can look forward to is a better performance from all the teams, considering that they have more time to prepare. Well, this year, as mentioned, I think nag-add yata sila ng another minute. And all the coaches agree na it's beneficial for all the teams kasi yung pyesa daw nila ay mas makakahinga.
I think fans should look forward to a progressing sport and also just really pushing cheerleading to higher levels here in the Philippines.
Ang approach ng teams ngayon, mas maraming yung pa-feel good time, yung more on throwback, na ultimo kahit Gen Z, no, yung makaka-relate sila na team.
Very different si CDC or si cheer dance competition because of the dance aspect. So I believe na yung mga Pinoy, iba talaga sumayaw yung mga Pinoy, and dito mo rin makikita one of the best like performers talaga in the country.
The sport itself is electrifying, no? As a fan of cheer, I'm sure yung 8 schools may i-offer na maganda sa Saturday.
Nasa challenge yung bawat isa sa aming coaches na magbigay ng magandang performance for the viewers ng cheer dance competition. We want to show the world talaga na world-class ang cheer leading dito sa Philippines.
The biggest cheer dancing competition in the country is back. Watch all 8 schools as they fuel the future with their awe-inspiring performances. UAAP Season 86 Cheer Dance Competition, happening on December 2 at the Mall of Asia Arena. Catch all the fun and excitement live on One Sports, UAAP Varsity Channel, and Pilipinas Live.
Watch the UAP Cheer Dance Competition on December 2 at the SM MOA Arena. And catch our show live and on demand on the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos a month. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jet Manuel, and this has been The Game.